Okay, today we're making a sweet potato tower. And what I'm going to be doing mine a bit different. This right here is an old rabbit hutch that somebody threw away in the local recycling thing. You see, there's the door. So I dug that out, and I've taken 4 sides and put it together. Of course, I do not want a bottom. I could put a bottom on them. I may do that just to keep it sturdy. Then we had some of this stuff left over from the gardening. It's just some deco, but it's coated. So what I'm doing is I'm measuring and bending it to fit this, and now I will zip strip it together. Then what's going to happen is I'll start low and I'll do layers, and as my sweet potato shoots get higher, I will then add the top, and that'll put it at about 3 feet high. We don't have a long growing season here. It's already May, so it'll be an early harvest, and we'll have to see how it goes. This is a total experiment at this point, but we're using recycled material, except for these. These are not recycled. And let's see how it goes. All right, we're going to talk a little bit about sprouting. All of these are less than a couple of weeks old. What I did is I put 3 neoprene magnets underneath, south side facing up. Boom. This is jalapenos. That back there is bird pepper or pinquin, which is supposedly so hard to get going. Okra, my hemp, my corn, these are watermelons. They took a little bit longer, about a week, and I still got some coming up back there. Mung beans with the magnet underneath took less than 24 hours to start sprouting. And this is the fascinating part. This is over 8 weeks old. When they were this big, right here, I clipped them off. I planted one here. That's my test. These I planted with a magnet underneath it. Look at that. Okay. So I can tell you, as far as sprouting works, having a neoprene magnet underneath, south side, south pole facing upward, seems to really kickstart these guys growing. All right. So I would highly suggest, once you get using the other method, my hydrogen peroxide, once you soak the seeds, then you put the magnet underneath. What I did is I took some of these and spaced 3 of them, boom, 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 and put 3 neoprene magnets underneath, 3 centimeter. They're about 30 millimeter. They had the hole in the center. I did it with the south facing up, the north facing down. And This is without the this is with the magnets after a week. That's with the magnets. This is without the magnets. And that is with the magnets. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 test subjects over here with the magnets, one without. Then back over here, these things are over 4 weeks old, and as you see, they're yellowing and everything else, while the ones that I've got back over on the other side are all green. None of these had magnets. These had magnets, and look at them. Nice green foliage. I've already got dang cucumbers sprouting on them. Okay? So, definitely in sprouting and initial growth, no magnets. See the 2 tomatoes? With the magnets, I've already got flowering. So, you make up your own mind on it and do as you will. From now on, when I'm doing my seeding and so on and my initial prepping, potting, they're getting a magnet underneath it. Alright, today we're going to be setting up what some people call a potato barrel or a roll, however you want to do it. This is some wire that I had. It's square, not round, excuse me, got to be different. But what we're going to do is I have a piece of old pond foil cut and down so that the grass can't come through it. Now here in Germany, they only use this primarily for winterizing, but it's a coconut fiber. And what I want to do is put some down on the bottom. Oh, okay. I was cutting all that cardboard with the other one, so had to get a new one. That will allow the water to drain while still retaining some of it. This again will hold the moisture in, but keep the dirt and everything from falling out. The mix that I'm using is a combination of plant dirt, potting soil, and perlite. Almost to 35 to 40% perlite. Sweet potatoes like their moisture, but they don't like it really wet. You can put in like hornblende and other whatever that you want in for your fertilizers ahead of time so that it all stays in there at once. All right, I have my mix in. It's about 30 centimeters deep, maybe about 25. I'm going to water it and let it sit. Tomorrow we'll put the plants in. The other section of the coconut mat I have folded back. I want the sun to get to it. And if I left that coconut mat up, it could fold over, block the sun, whatever. As when I get sprouts about so tall, then I will open this up, fill it with dirt, and keep bringing it up. Once that's done, then this one will get put up on top. And we'll just keep going up until we get to here. And in theory, that should fill this with sweet potatoes. Here is the thing. A lot of people do these potato barrels and stuff, and they don't get anything out of them. And they go, oh, it's fake, AI. No, you're using the wrong potatoes. There's two types of potatoes. There's one potato, it'll grow one batch, one species, and there's another one, and these are like your Idahos and so on. Then there's another one that, much like the sweet potatoes, sends out branches, and everywhere that it touches, it grows new pockets of potatoes. Those are what you want to get. I forget the actual scientific name for it right now, but check it. There's two kinds, okay? Sweet potatoes fall into that second category. They'll send shoots out, and just like a strawberry, anywhere that those little nodes touch and there's moisture, it'll make leaves, it'll make roots, and grow new plants. And so instead of letting it spread out, we're just building it up. We're conserving all the energy to one set of leaves, so it will put all of that energy into production. And that's the basis of it. And we'll see how this turns out. Once I do the next batch, I'll make another video. But we'll see how this turns out. So we've prepared our soil. And now we're dealing with our slips. We've already covered earlier. This is what they finally look like with me using the magnets under them. Now, the water in here, I change the water out about every 2 days. That way, the water doesn't become stagnant. These are a couple of weeks old now. However, the ones that I left normally without any magnets, that's all that I've got. So now what we're going to do is you'll see here some of these have not even developed any stems from them. Some have. The ones that have not developed stems, I am going to treat like regular potatoes. And I'm just going to cut these on the eyelets. Leaving them this way. Because you'll notice he's not really developed any kind of root structure. Now we're going to get into the good stuff. I want at least 8 to 12 of these to go into my stack bed. I don't want to break them down too small. But I don't want to leave them too large either. I'm trying to get any of the clump dirt and stuff off of it, because I don't want that to sit there and cause a root rot. And as you see, they stay wet, it will cause root rot. So that's why I change the water out every 2 days. And on one day, I would only fill it a little, about halfway, so that the roots would have to come down, but they would stay inside, so they stay moist. The next time I fill it, I would fill it all the way up, so they get this high-low, and still I'm getting a lot of root rot. Yeah, doing it this way, I'm going to have lots of extras. Don't know where I'm going to put them yet, but they are not going to get thrown away. Don't know if you can tell, but that's all just root rot. Just old dead roots. I've only had them in this solution for about a week and a half. And I'm already getting little baby potatoes there. All right, now let's go get these planted. So, I have roughly the same number of plants in here. Same soil, same mixture. Holes are drilled in the bottom with the coconut mesh on the bottom to help soil drainage, but to retain moisture on it. We've already covered how this one's done. So we'll see how they go. And that'll be it for those.